I want to talk to you about reflection and the power of reflection, because we all have such busy lives. I don't think we reflect enough. And it can be really valuable for various reasons. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the power of reflection on your career to help you develop your career and enjoy the job that you're in, make the most of it. So this is about review, reflect, and adapt, because this is about you understanding what you're good at. And I expect at the end of each day, you probably feel drained. You maybe feel exhausted. And maybe you're just focusing on all the things you didn't do, all the things that didn't go quite so well. And it's important to reflect on those things, but only if you're going to adapt from it, learn from it, do something differently. Don't just get home at the end of the day and think, oh, that was a bit shit, and don't do anything about it, because that's not useful to you in your career. So the power of this is at the end of each day to sit down and do a full review of your day. I say full review like it's going to take hours. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all you need. Pad, a pen would be good, whatever works for you. But properly reflect on the whole day. Don't just end the day feeling negative about all the things you didn't do or could have done better. And there will be some of those. And yes, list those down as well, and what you could have done differently and what you will do differently next time, and then move on. This isn't about dwelling on the past, it's about learning from the past. So it's really important that we do learn from any mistakes that we made, anything that didn't go quite as well. It's really powerful because we learn the most from our mistakes. And I know we're scared of making mistakes sometimes, but I promise you, if you make a mistake, just learn from it. It will be the best lesson you ever have. But it's also really important at the end of the day to sit down and notice what went well today. That successful conversation you had with a colleague or a customer, that project that got signed off. Small things, a telephone call that went really well. The fact that you got out at lunchtime and managed to have a walk around the garden or out of the office, wherever you are. So it's really important that we do actually reflect on the whole day. So my advice is always to sit down at the end of the day. So it's that time when you split between work and before you start your evening, and just take a few minutes to reflect on the day. Give yourself, that time to review it. What did go well today? And write it down. Gather the evidence of all of the things that went well, because you never know when you can use it in interviews. But more importantly, this is about an affirmation for you. This is about you getting to the end of the day and realizing that so much of the day went well, because that will make you feel better. And actually, if you can write a list at the end of the day and you finish with the things that went well, you look down that list, you can go, oh my God, look at all that I did today. I'm really proud of that bit. Wait till I get home and tell my husband, my children, my friends, whatever. And then make sure you do that. But when you do your reflection, give yourself the energy as well. Because realizing at the end of the day that, okay, maybe it's been a long day, maybe you're feeling a bit tired, but if you review your day and you find all the things that you've done well, then it will give you a lift in spirits, and it will give you that little boost of energy, so that when you start your evening, you're actually starting it with some positivity, with some energy, with some time that you can then spend doing whatever it is you want to do in the evening, rather than just getting home or walking to the kitchen and feeling exhausted, feeling drained, feeling like all you're good for is a glass of wine and binging on Netflix. Because that isn't really a quality of life, is it? But if you take just that little bit of time to reflect at the end of the day and realize all of the things that you did do, and make sure you pinpoint something you're really proud of, and then lift your energy before you start your evening, the power of reflection is enormous. And the one other tip I would give you on reflection is to reflect before you go to bed. So just take a couple of minutes before you go to bed to remind yourself of what went well that day, and then to think about what's going to go well the next day. What are you going to look forward to the next day? Because when you go to sleep, then you'll be in a better frame of mind. And when you wake up, you'll be awake with a positive thought and not a negative thought. Now, the big thing about reflection and reviewing is to really take some time regularly to think about where your career is going, where your life is going, if you like. I would recommend it at least once a month, if not more often, So you can do your daily reflections, which helps you with things, but where is your career going? Where's your life going? You know, what are the things that you're good at that you're not doing? What are things that are important to you that you've put on the back burner? What could you do differently? What are the things that you're doing that you don't want to be doing? Have a proper think about what your life means to you, what your career means to you, and make some big decisions. Take this time to reflect about what your future is going to look like, and then make it happen. So just some thoughts around the power of reflection, because it is just awesome if you get into it. And if you get into the habit of it, you'll naturally do it. So after every meeting, you'll be thinking, oh, that went well, but that didn't go quite so well. Okay, I'll do that differently next time. And as I said, this isn't about dwelling. This is about reflecting, reviewing, and then adapting so that you can perform better in the future, feel better in the future, have a better life. That's what it's all about. Promise you, if you give it a go, it is life-changing.